Hi, everyone. So it's Sunday, December 27th, 2015 at 4:06 p.m. And I just wanted to make a video about what 2015 has been like for me, given that some very serious, heavy shit happened to me this year. I made a video before this just for myself, going into the details of what happened to me over this past year. But so this is kind of a abridged version, a PG version of some of the really intense things that happened to me this year. But the most notable things that happened to me this year would be on January 23rd, when I came to the realization that I was transgender. July 9th, when I started testosterone. September 5th, when I was sexually assaulted. And then September 21st, when I spent some time in a hospital. It's been an amazing year because with realizing that I'm trans, so many great and big and scary and terrifying things have come out of it that have really tested my courage and my bravery and my strength and mental fortitude on how much I can handle in my life. And I learned while making my last video that I realized that I'm a lot stronger than I give myself credit for and than I would like to believe. Because with those things that I just named that were all thrown at me this year, they're messy. They're really messy. I mean, I lost my mom 2 years ago, and that obviously changed my life and ruined everything for a while. But this year was easily the most traumatic year of my life. There are other things that happened, but I'm not going to talk about them because they're private. And, you know... but yeah, I definitely, when it was January 1st or whatever of 2014 coming into 2015, never in my life ever would I assume that a year later, when I'm making a video talking about the year, that I would be doing it as someone that's been on testosterone for almost 6 months. I would never have thought that I am going by a different name, that my name is legally changed. I never thought in a million years that I would be on testosterone and taking hormones to become the person that I didn't know I was before. And it's really crazy to think that for the past year I've been living full time as a male. And that's really crazy because I think about like all the clothes that I've had to buy and all of like the transition related apparel, I suppose you could say, that I've had to purchase and stuff. It's really crazy to think how up and down this year was, especially financially, considering how expensive it is to be transgender, which I've made a video about in the past because hormones and clothing and all that shit is really expensive. So it's just crazy to think that a year ago I was like, oh, maybe I'll be dating someone, maybe I'll be in a relationship, or maybe I'll lose 80 pounds, or I don't know, but definitely not like, oh, you're trans, you actually identify with a different gender than you were assigned with at birth. Like, didn't think that was going to happen. I didn't think I was going to be sexually assaulted. I didn't obviously see that coming, but that taught me a lot of things about myself and who I am as a person. For a little bit after it happened, it consumed me and it was eating at me and it was slowly starting to kill me. But it's been 3 months since that happened, and through my own, I've been healing. I've been... every day gets a little better. I still have my really bad days. But I've been doing a lot better. And I'm excited to be home for break because I'm really going to have the rest of this time to focus and work on myself so I can get in a better place for school next semester. But I definitely learned a lot about not only myself, but about the world on that day, on Labor Day weekend when that happened to me. I learned to see people and the world differently, that not everything is as it seems, that you can't openly trust people. I learned that you need to be careful who you reveal your transgender identity to, because it may not be safe. But one of the things that I am really proud of that I did this year is share my story on YouTube and be able to tell people what happened to me. I think at this point, a little over 400 people have seen my video, and that means a lot to me, that 400 people have heard what happened to me as a transgender person, but also maybe they can take it in the bigger picture and see that these things do happen to people every day. So even though that was a really scary thing for me to do, especially for the people that I know me in real life, like friends and family were going to see this video, I kind of had to put any self-consciousness aside and try and be a voice for people that this has happened to, that maybe don't have the voice to say what I wanted to say because they're afraid or whatever reason. So I'd say that's one of my proudest moments actually of the year, is having the courage to speak out and talk about what happened to me. But yeah, it's just been really nuts, man. I think even though this has been a traumatic year, it's been one of the best years of my life, because I am finally living as the person that I'm supposed to be. I go to school in New York. I live in New York. I go to an amazing acting school where I'm able to push myself and challenge myself on a daily basis. And it's stressful and scary at sometimes and tiring and every other word. But, I'm living my life the way that I want to live it. I am not living for anyone other than me. And I think that's really cool. I don't think I've ever lived my life for anyone other than me, but definitely this year I'm doing it my way. That if people don't agree with what I'm doing, if people don't agree with the fact that I'm trans, okay, your loss. I fully accept who I am, and believe me, there are a lot of things that I want to work on. There's a lot of things that I know need work, but I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to like who I see in the mirror every day, a little more every day. And that's not easy for me, that's progress. So overall, I think it's been a really great year for me. And, obviously I'm excited to see what 2016 brings. I have no idea. No one ever knows what's going to happen to them, but I really have no idea what can follow this year. But hopefully it'll be filled with positivity. And even though there will be negative and trying times, that hopefully I'll be able to do what I did this year and remain strong and just continue to forge ahead, because it's really the only option we have in life is to continue to go the path even when things get really hard. So I'm going to keep on doing that.